Hey, how you doing today, warriors? I just want to jump on quick. I normally actually don't do lives, even when I did my lives every day, but because I am in the middle of this 21-day live challenge, I wanted to be consistent, and you never know, I might start doing lives on the weekends too, but once I get beyond this challenge, I am going to stick to at least Monday through Friday, and maybe do like stories on the weekends. You never know. So you're just going to have to pay attention to find out. Follow me if you're not. Turn on the notifications so that way you get notified when I do go live. Today, I just want to briefly talk a little bit about loving yourself. I was listening to a message from Chris Valentin, and if you don't know him, he's amazing. Look him up. Drop me a comment, and I will tag you or send you like one of his, a link to one of his podcasts so that you can follow him too. But this guy is amazing. Kingdom mindset, kingdom entrepreneurship, and the way he just teaches blows my mind sometimes. It's like, wow, it's so simple, so easy, and so relevant. And he was talking today, or it wasn't today, but I was listening to the podcast today. He was talking about, people in guilt and shame and vulnerability, authenticity. And he was talking about you can really only be authentic when you become vulnerable. And you become vulnerable. I might not be quoting him correctly, but this is how it applied to me, and how I took it. You become vulnerable when you can allow yourself to get beyond. Hey, Chris, good to see you. Awesome. Am I on my fan page or am I on my profile? Anyways, but he was talking about being authentic, being vulnerable, and you really can't be vulnerable unless you love yourself. And you can't really love yourself if you're walking in things like guilt and shame. The Bible says to love your neighbor as you love yourself. To me, that means you can't give out what you don't have. You can't truly love somebody if you don't first love yourself, and you don't know how to receive love either, right? So to love yourself means you've got to get beyond any guilt, get beyond any shame, get beyond those things that hinder you and hold you back, because really, you're not living your best life. You're not living the life that God created you to live in and to walk in. How do you get beyond guilt? How do you get beyond shame? You might be saying, you have no idea what happened to me. You're right. I don't have any idea what happened to you. But you don't have any idea what happened to me either. Some people tell me that they think I grew up, because I'm sweet and all of this, that's just how I always was, and that, I never did anything wrong. Well, guess what? I used to drink too much. I used to binge drink, okay? I used to smoke. So if you think I was, quote, this goody two-shoes all my life, you're wrong. I don't go broadcasting that to the world because that's not who I am anymore. But I don't hide it either. I don't walk in guilt and shame or condemnation of it. And if I feel that it's something that will help somebody else get beyond something that they're struggling with, then you betcha I'm going to share it. I'm going to tell that story, because I believe that when we can walk in love and love ourselves and walk in that love for others, we become more vulnerable to share stories like that. We become more authentic to them. And that just brings a deeper connection of our hearts with each other. We're created for relationships. We're not created to be, lone wolves. Or lone sheep, rather. The wolves destroy the lone sheep. Sheep tend to stay in a fold. And when one wanders off, they're much more susceptible to be devoured by the wolves. And so we're meant to be together. We're meant to be in relationship with one another. You do have to keep your quote unquote inner circle very tight and be very selective and know who you can trust, which is why I say you don't go shouting things from the rooftops about your past or about what you're doing. because you don't know who's there, who's listening, and who wants to come against you and destroy you, so to speak. But when it's the right time, and you'll know it's the right time, to share some part of your past, making you vulnerable, making you authentic, having you to love enough yourself and to love others to share that. So I just wanted to kind of share that little message with you today. And hopefully it encourages you. Tag somebody if you think they need some encouragement today. Share this message with somebody you believe needs to hear that it's okay if you've struggled with things from your past. It's okay if, you feel bad. How did he put it? The difference between guilt and shame and like condemnation was the fact that, you can feel bad for what you did. Guilt is, I feel bad. I have remorse for my actions. But shame and condemnation says, I'm a bad person. I am bad. And that is a lie from the pit of hell. So warriors, keep plugging along. God bless you. Have an amazing weekend.